Welcome to Spiritual Straight Talk, where it's all about enhancing your spiritual walk through life, with host Suzanne Thibault, animal communicator and spiritual life coach. Listen in and discover inspiration for living a divinely inspired life. And now, your host, Suzanne Thibault.
Welcome to episode 81 of Spiritual Straight Talk. Hi, I'm your host, Suzanne Thibault. Today we're talking about recognizing pet stress and anxiety. Have you ever wondered what your pet is trying to tell you with their misbehavior? Your dog pees on the rug. Your cat hides under the couch. You probably become frustrated with their misbehavior, which can result in loud voices and anger. Misbehavior is a form of communication. What does your pet's unspoken communication mean? Animals speak loudly through their misbehavior, and we can learn to listen. It is through my spiritual work with pets that I have learned about the animal's mental and emotional well-being. If you believe your pet's misbehavior is retaliatory, then I have a free ebook for you. Visit SuzanneThibault.net and download the free My Pet Did What ebook. It will explain in greater detail what we're talking about today. All pet misbehavior stems from inner emotional turmoil and is not retaliatory. That turmoil can come from various things, including stress, anxiety, and PTSD, as all animals are sentient souls. Sentient means animals are beings who feel and experience emotions just like we do. Pets communicate with us through behavior. You understand when your pet is happy or when they're not feeling well. Misbehavior means one of three things. Your pet is feeling human stress. Your pet is experiencing their own stress. Or your pet is holding on to emotional wounding that expresses as anxiety and or PTSD. Keep in mind that animal behavior can be interpreted in many different ways and can mean many, many different things. Here we are discussing the spiritual, empathic side of animals, a unique way to view their behavior. Let's take a look at the three things that can cause pet misbehavior. The first one is feeling human stress, and the second one is their own stress. Animals are emotional empaths. What does that mean? Animals are highly tuned into human emotions and feelings. They know how you feel because they feel how you feel. Animals as emotional empaths are so sensitive that they can feel your stressful emotions in their body. They actually experience it. If you're feeling really stressed out yourself, your pet cannot help but feel it. They may then exhibit stressed out behavior. When you notice your pet is acting stressed out, it might be because they're feeling your stress. Animals sense your stress, then act like a mirror to your soul. When your pet empathically feels your stress, they exhibit it through behavior to catch your attention. Being aware that your pet is supporting you this way actually helps pull you out of ignoring the stress. Their misbehavior won't be constant. It'll be sporadic. I have found it to be more sporadic, and it's usually displayed when I'm in the room with them, not when I'm outside the room. A pet feeling human stress is what I like to call behavioral guidance. Through behavior, your pet feels your stress, acts out through a behavior for you to notice as a form of guidance. The most common form of pet behavior showing stress are the types of behavior where your pet is attempting to self-regulate feelings that they're feeling through suckling, chewing, or licking. They feel the stress internally, then attempt to process it. And they do that through those behaviors of suckling, chewing, and licking. Animals simply cannot turn off their empathic feelings, neither can we. And this is where your choice to change is so powerful. Your pet is guiding you and supporting you in a really beautiful way. Now, pets can also have their own stress, depending on what's going on inside the home. Pets can experience stress if a family member is sick. Many pets have stress when they visit the vet. Some pets get stressed out going for a car ride. Pets can have stress if another pet in the family is misbehaving because they're feeling their stress. There are many situations where pets can feel their own stress. So how do you know if your pet is expressing human stress that they're feeling or having their own stress? You can learn to interpret their behavior. All right, so here's where you want to take notes because this is the main way to interpret pet stress misbehavior. When a pet is feeling stressed out themselves, it's usually an external situation occurring. They're getting in the car, they're going to the vet, they're getting their nails trimmed. It's an external situation they are having fear around and feeling stressed out about it. When a pet feels human stress, it is internal. There is no external situation happening directly to your pet. They are simply feeling your stress or a family member's stress. So think about your pet and their normal behaviors. When you notice something unusual with their behavior, you want to ask yourself some questions. First, ask yourself if your pet is feeling okay. You know your pet well and you can understand when they do not feel good. If you believe their misbehavior is not health related, then ask yourself, is there anything going on for my pet physically to cause that behavior? Is the behavior a response to an external situation? If not, then put a name to the emotion you feel your pet is displaying, such as fear, anger, sadness, stress, frustration, irritation. Then ask yourself, might your pet's behavior have a connection to you or someone in the family that's been having that same kind of emotion? If there are no known external triggers, such as reacting to noises, doorbells, visitors, smells in the home for your pet's unusual behavior, that usually will point towards they are empathically feeling human emotions. It just takes practice to interpret your pet's misbehavior and understand what they're trying to communicate with you. Animals are complete emotional beings who can have their own emotional wounding memories that cause different types of misbehavior. And this is the third way that animals are expressing through misbehavior. When an animal experiences a trauma of any kind, big or small, they can hold on to that as an emotional wound that causes them fear. What is emotional wounding? An emotional wound occurs when an animal has a traumatic experience that has lasting effects on their mental thoughts. Many pets adopted from a shelter suffer with abandonment and rejection. And that's one type of emotional wounding in pets. They'd simply experience that and they hold on to it and remember it over and over and over. Abandonment and rejection include thoughts and feelings of fear and survival. Another type of emotional wounding includes abuse or mistreatment by humans, and that can result in deeper anxiety and even post-traumatic stress disorder. How can you tell if your pet is feeling your stress or has their own inner emotional wounding? So this third form is emotional, and when a dog or cat is expressing their own emotional pain, their misbehavior is more intense, reactive, and repetitive. They can react in fear to anything, most commonly loud noises. You will notice your pet simply cannot stop the misbehavior. For instance, they're acting out and you're asking, say your dog's barking aggressively and you're asking them to be quiet. They simply can't stop barking. They cannot seem to calm themselves down easily. And that's because their emotions fuel a mental reaction experienced as a strong feeling, resulting in the misbehavior. I see it like their mind is on a hamster wheel running in a loop of that painful memory over and over and over. That can happen to us too. Your pet is reacting to both internal and external fearful memories, which they cannot control, and it expresses as anxiety. Emotional wounding in pets results in a repeated misbehavior that occurs almost on a daily basis. It's repetitive in nature. They cannot calm themselves down. That is the main difference between your pet showing you empathically that they're feeling your stress and their own emotional wounding that is more long-term. Your dog may bark with aggression at the doorbell. Your cat may react in fear to noises, hide under the bed. They might pee outside the box. These repetitive behaviors are an indication of emotional wounding. Now, sometimes pet misbehavior can be confusing. If you ever get to a place where you cannot figure out your pet's misbehavior, having a conversation can help. Hearing the perspective of your pet describing the situation helps you to understand. Your pet heals because they trust you have heard the truth about the situation. And if your pet is holding on to emotional wounding, then we can shift that through forgiveness and emotional healing. When you look at pet misbehavior through the eyes of love, you discover the truth, and the truth sets you all free. I invite you to download the free ebook, My Pet Did What?, to learn more about pet stress, anxiety, and PTSD at SuzanneThibault.net. Thanks for listening in today, and remember that love makes all things possible.
Thank you for listening to Spiritual Straight Talk with Suzanne Thibault. If you enjoyed this episode, tell a friend and subscribe on iTunes or Spotify. To connect with Suzanne, visit www.SuzanneThibault.net. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you for listening.